Hi Eric. I'm going to try and show you here quickly how to do the work in Chinese class. It's a little different than what we did. We're using the same textbook, um, but just the way things are done are a bit different. So here you are in Moodle. You should have this same view when you first come into the Moodle portion of the class. Okay. Um, you won't see this orientation part here, but you should be able to see this here. In fact, let me open up all of that, and okay. So now you should be able to see this: download the Getting Started checklist and watch a video. That's basically going to tell you the same thing I'm going to tell you now. So you really don't need to watch that. But if there's anything that I didn't explain clearly, you can take a look at that checklist. But here's how we do this class. The units start from Saturday and everything is due on Friday. So the first thing you do is you come into the unit overview and you read the objectives and the relate and get ready of the unit. It just sets the context. After that, you watch the video. You come in here to watch it, and in here is a video of actors acting out the dialogue in the textbook that we're focusing on for that unit. So watch the video. Even though you haven't learned any of the vocabulary yet, watch the video first because it will set the context. And it will make learning about the dialogue more meaningful and interesting. Alright, after you've watched the video, click on Understand It here and watch this instructional video. So this is just basically what I would do in the classroom if this were a face-to-face class.
Fundamentals of Chinese 2. Unit 1, making appointment and sets the context, so it appears in parentheses, it's no one's speaking. It says, 李友给常老师打电话. 李友给
Okay, so in this video, I'm going to go through the whole dialogue for the unit, basically what just happened in the video that you saw. And you will follow along in your textbook and take notes as I do this. So then, after you've done that, then what I want you to do is come back and watch the video again. So when you watch the video this time, you've gone through my Understand It video. And so this time when you watch this video, you should be able to understand most of what's going on. Alright, the next thing you do is you come to pronounce it. And in here there's a video of me teaching you guys how to pronounce the new pinyin for that unit. And then finally, there's this recite it video, and this is where I help you recite the dialogue. Okay. Now, all these parts here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this is the instructional portion. So you go through this, and this is what you do for learning. Right? This is the learning part. Now there's the assignment parts. Okay, so for each week there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things that you do that are graded for assignments. So the first thing you do is the speaking practice. So you come in here and there's an assignment. Type out in Chinese a simulated conversation with your teacher. You would like to make an appointment with him or her. Your teacher happens to be busy at the time you suggest, so on and so on and so on. And then, so you create a dialogue, and basically it's based on the dialogue in the unit that we studied. But you're going to make one between you and me. You're going to write it out, and then you're going to record it and then you're going to email me the recording, and I'll show you how to do that later. Okay, so that's assignment number 1, speaking practice. You create a dialogue, you record yourself speaking both parts of the dialogue, both the student and the instructor, and then you email me the recording of the dialogue and the document where you typed it out. That's assignment number 1. You have to email that to me by Friday of each unit. Next is a character practice. So you still have your character workbook. All you do is you, in your character workbook, you write the characters for the dialogue for the unit, and it tell you the pages right here, pages 67 to 73. You write out those characters 10 times each, and then you take a picture of it with your cell phone camera or a digital camera, and you email me the homework. Try to make if you know how to edit pictures and make the size of them smaller. Usually if you use a phone camera should be okay, but if you use a digital camera, usually it makes pictures that are like 3,000 pixels by 2,000 pixels. Try to make, if you know how, don't worry if you don't know how, but if you know how, edit the photos so that they're only about 600 pixels wide. Don't worry about what the height is, just 600 pixels wide. Then you email those to me by Friday evening. That's the character homework. The next thing you do is the online workbook. All right. In here, I give you the assignment. Lesson 6, Dialogue 1, exercises in the online workbook. But you already have a workbook, so you don't need to buy. I don't want you to use the online workbook because it means you'd have to pay another like $40 or something. So you already have the physical online workbook. So what I'll do is I'll send you the assignments in the workbook. And some of them you've probably already done. But I'll send you the assignments in the workbook that you're supposed to do each week, and you can do them in your physical handheld workbook, and then either show them the summer in the labs. The lab hours are Monday and Wednesday, 3 to 3:50. So you can do that with the characters as well. You don't need to email me pictures of your character writing work. If you want, you can go to the lab between 3 and 3:50 on Mondays or Wednesdays and show them the summer, and then summer will let me know that you did it. But anyway, do the exercises in the workbook. And just like when you were in England, actually, based on what exercises you're supposed to do in the workbook, you can just email them to me, actually. You can type in the answers. Type in the answers in the email and email me the answers. That's probably the best way to do it. You don't need to show summer or take pictures, just because I think everything that I assign has A, B, C, D, they're all multiple choice. Alright, then you do the recited dialogue. So this is the 4th assignment you're supposed to do each week. And all you do is you record yourself reciting the dialogue in the book. And I help you prepare for this assignment here, where I have a video where I bring you through each sentence, helping you pronounce it. So you watch this video as much as you need to here, and that prepares you for recording yourself doing this dialogue here. Okay? And the next, pretty easy, is the forum. In the forum area, there'll be a culture forum discussion question and then a language forum discussion question. So in this one, there's a video, there's a question. What time is the original appointment that Sophie makes? Then what time did she change the appointment and why? And you come here and watch the video and then answer these questions. You come down here, you press on this add new discussion topic, and you can see here are the other students' responses, and you can add your response here. If we go into one of these student responses here, you'll see they come in. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Click here. And the students here answer the questions that I asked them to answer. The final assignment for the unit is the language part. So in here, I'll have some questions. What do Chinese say when answering the phone? What do you say when you want someone who has called you to identify him or herself? And you're supposed to, using Chinese characters, answer these questions. So you'll come in here and you'll see that your classmates have answered these questions. And this person did it in the form of a dialogue. Okay, and that's it. That's how you do a unit. And so unit 2 is the exact same way, exact same format. You can see they're exactly the same format. And now this week is a test week. So unit 4 won't begin until next Saturday. So you have all week to do the test. And the test is very simple. You come in here and there's some questions for speaking. You record yourself answering these questions in Chinese and you email me the MP3 recording. The writing test, you, using Chinese characters, type the Chinese translations of these sentences. So you translate these sentences into Chinese, you email them to me. Listening, you come in here, you listen to the recordings below. Each one is a question. Record yourself answering each question. So you come here for question 1, play it. Alright, so there's a question, and then you record yourself answering the question in Chinese and email the MP3 to me. And then the reading test is a matching. In this week it's matching. So you have questions on the left and then the answers on the right, and you match them. Okay. That's it, Eric. Now, about recording yourself. So last semester in Chinese 1, the students were taught. So if you're using a Mac, I think you can use a program called GarageBand. The only problem is you can't send me GarageBand. You can't send me the .band files. I can't listen to them. In GarageBand, there's a feature somewhere where you can record something as an MP3. So you're going to have to do that. You're going to have to record that as an MP3. If you're using a PC, then you use a program called Audacity. It's free. Okay? And actually, you should ignore... Why did that close? You should really ignore everything in this checklist except the Audacity. Let's see here. Here's the checklist over here. So once you click in, don't watch this video in here because it's for Chinese 1. I should take it out. Well, that's why it's blocked out, but I'm going to open this up for you. And as soon as you get this checklist, I'm going to delete this. But you look at this checklist. Okay, you can already type. You can listen on your computer. You can use your microphone on your computer. Don't worry about 2. That's the online workbook. I'm going to have you use the physical workbook. You already have all the texts for number 3, so don't worry about that. You can type Chinese on your computer, right? That's number 4, so don't worry about that. Don't worry about 5 and 6. You don't need to worry about 5 and 6. 7. Okay? 7 is Audacity. So you want to download and install Audacity. If you're a Mac user, you use GarageBand. And I show you here, there's a video here. And there's a video here. And it shows you how to download Audacity, and it also shows you how to download a special file called an LAME file, or a lame file. And then after you've done all that, you record yourself a very short, "Hi, Professor Higgins, how you doing?" and save it as an MP3 and send it to me so that you know it works and that I can tell you, yeah, that worked just fine. But you download this Audacity. Everything's here in these instructions in these video instructions, and that's what you use to record. Anytime I tell you to record something and email the MP3 to me, you can use Audacity to do it. So that's it. That's how you do this course. I hope this is helpful, and let me know if you have any other questions. And you know what? I'm going to close this orientate. I'm just going to email you this checklist. So let me just save this to the desktop real quick. All right, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide this. All right, so so you're not going to be able to see this orientation. You're not going to see this orientation section. I'm going to email you that checklist, so there's nothing you need to see here. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions.